Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. I'm super excited. This morning I was able to harvest our first crookneck squash. I rinsed it off, but it's still, after all that hard rain that we got, there was a lot of dirt spots on the squash plants. And I had to pull out one squash plant because I had two planted way too close together and they just weren't thriving. So this little squash was on one of those, and this is the scalp squash. And I have tasted it and it is super good. So my favorite way to eat squash lately, and last year I learned this, was to fry it. I guess you'd call it fry it or saute it. So it's the more fancy word for fry, but with basil. And I got quite a bit of basil harvested this morning as well. And I ate some last night, so that's what I'm gonna do for breakfast today is these squash. And all you do is you slice them, and then I also use a little onion, and if you want some garlic, you can add garlic too. And I'll start with the onion and the garlic and saute that until it caramelizes a little bit. Then I'll put the squash in and I'll just lay them in carefully, and I'll show you a picture of what I made last night. I won't be showing how to cook that today. Maybe I will on another video, but you just slice the squash up thin and you lay it in a layer on the pan, and then I cover it and then sort of let it get translucent. I don't like it to be too soggy or anything though. So it's really only like a minute or 2 minutes on each side. And you just kind of have to eyeball it depending on how thick you cut your slices. If you do them thinner, definitely not longer than a minute. And then sprinkle the basil on top and cover it, and the basil kind of just wilts and it's super yummy. So I will show you that picture now. The other thing I'm doing today that I'm really excited about is we have been brining our chicken. We've been brining our chicken. So I made a brine and I'm gonna show you all of that. We got a quick video. No, we're not making chicken nuggets. Quick video of how I made the brine, because I made homemade brine. The last time I used brine was for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna shut this fridge, but I'll show you the basil that I got this morning. The last time I made a brine was for Thanksgiving, and I just got a kit from Safeway, but they only carry them at Thanksgiving time, which makes sense because the only time in America we're really cooking poultry like that is Thanksgiving. And so anyway, they didn't have any of those kits, but I just got online and found a recipe to make a homemade brine, and it was really basically just salt and herbs. And I'm pretty excited that I had a lot of the herbs homegrown. So that brine is almost all of the stuff from our own property and my own projects. So I'm really excited about that. But anyway, here's our beautiful basil. I'm really loving the mammoth basil. And I think tomorrow I will do kind of a garden tour, garden update of all the plants that are doing well and show you how they're looking. So, but today is all about roast chicken, and I'm so excited to show you and taste the roast chicken. Since we raised this chicken from a little chick to a hen, I'm pretty excited to taste it. I'm pretty excited to taste the chicken that we raised. I am getting the thyme for the broth. Brine, that's what it's called. I'm just going to trim some of these taller ones. And I'm trimming it right above. So look at these leaves right here. I'm going to trim it right above this little bunch of leaves, and it will be able to produce more. It'll grow back is what I'm trying to say. I wanted to trim this plant anyway, so it's cool I can harvest some for the brine. Alright, and that should be enough. That's what I've harvested for the brine. I do have my own rosemary plant. But it's not big enough to harvest yet. It's taking longer to grow. It's reminding me more of lavender. And my lavender is also taking a long time, but it is still doing well, so I'm really excited about that. So we actually bought rosemary from the store, but I do have some, and hopefully in the future it will be big enough to use. I have planted 2 different kinds of parsley in the garden this year. Hi, kitty kitty. This is their first day to come outside, and I think it's happy. Yucky, get off my plants. Anyway, I'm gonna get that kitty out, but maybe it'll find a mouse or something. Anyway, this is the green dream parsley. So I'm going to harvest some. Ooh, it smells really good. For the brine. That'll be okay. It's hard to know. I'm new to growing herbs. It's hard to know how much you can trim. I know basil you can trim a whole bunch and it'll just come back over and over. This brine doesn't call for basil, but since I'm here, I'm just gonna trim this. I don't want the flowers. I don't want this one to flower out just yet. It smells good too. Okay. I know it's weird, but I really like basil and eggs together. And don't mind all my weeds. And here is the Italian parsley, and I'm going to get a few sprigs of it as well, just to have some depth in the brine. I think both will put a good flavor in to our brine. While I'm here, I'm going to get that weed. So that's how much parsley I'm going to use for the brine. All right, I am using a recipe online called chicken brine for the juiciest roast chicken ever. So I'm going to be using 2 lemons. There's also a turkey brine recipe on this. I thought about combining the 2, but Ryan said don't do that, just stick with 1 recipe. So I'm going to follow his advice. He's a pretty good cook. So kosher salt, rosemary, bay leaves, peppercorn, 2 different kinds of parsley, but they'll both be delicious together. Honey, thyme, garlic, and water. So I'm going to use this whole garlic. It says to use 6 cloves. I'm just going to use this whole one because it's one from our garden and it's a little bit smaller. It doesn't look too small on camera, but it's smaller than average. So I have a few ideas on how to get a better garlic harvest next year. This was my very first time growing garlic, and I'm happy with how it looks, but I definitely have some ideas on how to improve growing garlic in my own area. Sometimes you just have to do that. You have to try and grow. And I'm super happy I have my own time. That's kind of cool. And yeah, so all I'm going to do is put all these ingredients together in a pot and bring it to boil, is what the instructions say.
I'm really in love with you. When I'm looking at pictures of you, I remember moments and my heart feels like you. You've been a big surprise. My soul now feels alive. And now I know the thrill to fall in love. 'Cause this is real love. I know it's real love. Now I know that we can fly to any distance, anytime. Real love. I'm feeling real love. In your arms I know I feel like home, and I'll never be alone. There's a beautiful day outside here. You know how to make it shine. You know that I'll be there for you. Because you're everything to me. I'm finally feeling free. All of what I dreamed, and now I find it next to me. I come to understand. This is what I want to share. And that's what happens when we fall in.
Tell me what you found.
So I found some tomatoes. Can I have one?
Some more tomatoes from the garden. Yeah.
They're awesomely good. I picked some right
You want one, buddy?
Oh, let's not let him have this one. I don't
Why?
want him to get this one. Okay. He chose one of the big ones.
Oh, just one. You don't like it?
He likes
Thanks.
it.
I don't want it.
I think he
You bit
likes
it.
He just thinks it's really juicy.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like tomatoes. He likes it.
You like
He
it?
just thinks it's a little juicy. He thinks it's too juicy.
You like it?
He's trying to bite it. He says,
Oh, he likes it.
yes, he likes it.
Just took a minute. You look like a little monkey. He doesn't like the peel. I think he doesn't like the peel.
He likes the juicy.
All right, it is almost 5. I'm starting a little later than I probably should have, but it says that it probably takes about an hour and a half to roast this chicken. So I'm going to weigh it. I need to get my scale out. I just remembered that. Oh, speaking of the incubator, we have 23 days left. I don't remember. I think tomorrow is day 7, and I will candle some eggs on day 7. Thursday is day 7. Maybe Friday is. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm gonna weigh the chicken to see how many pounds this chicken was. And that will be how I determine how long to cook it. Because it says, sorry, this video's all over the place. I should have got all this. I thought I was ready. I thought I had everything out, but I didn't. Anyway, it says 15 minutes per pound of chicken. So if your chicken is 4 pounds, then that's 60 minutes. I am gonna err on the side of caution. Chicken makes our family nervous, like making sure it's all the way cooked and everything. So let me zero out this scale and let me show you what's going on. I wrote my recipe down because the recipe's online and I'm using my phone for filming this, so I don't have, it's hard to go back and forth. Anyway, use 1/4 cup of butter. This is actually butter that we made for Pioneer Days, and I'm gonna use the homemade butter that we made. Olive oil, white wine, cooking wine, lemon, salt and pepper, garlic. I'm going to use this one I'm going to mince this one up, and I'm going to cut this one in half. It says peel and cut roughly in half. Isn't that garlic interesting how it grew? It was going to get bigger, but I don't know. Like I said, I have a better plan for my garlic for next year. Rosemary, parsley, and then I went ahead and got some sage and a tiny, tiny bit of thyme. There's already thyme in here, but I've been basting this turkey for a little under, so we started last night, so it's probably been about 17 hours. So I'm going to get the chicken out. I said turkey. This is chicken. I'm gonna get the chicken out. We just left it in its shrink wrap bag and dumped that liquid in there. There was still liquid in the bottom of the pot. It was kind of a mess. So we dumped it in the shrink wrap bag, and I think that it worked okay. I think I'm gonna try and do this video a little differently than I've done my previous cooking videos. Previously, I just fast forward everything and put cute little music behind it. That's what I've done on all my cooking videos so far. But today I kind of thought it'd be fun to do the process sort of together, since I have roasted a turkey before. But this is the first, I keep calling it a turkey. I have roasted chicken before, but this is the first meat chicken specifically designed for roasting and like raising to this age that I've ever done. So I was thinking I could do my first experience with you. Hopefully my kids will cooperate. Sorry if you hear them in the background. I have kids. Kids are loud. Okay. So basically I'm just gonna get it out of its shrink wrap bag. I hope I don't spill any of that liquid. It's cold. So I thought something was funny on the recipe. It said salt to taste, and I'm like, who would taste raw chicken? I don't think that's a good idea. So don't taste raw chicken. Just guess. Guess you could add salt. You could taste it after it was cooked and then add salt. All right, so let's see how big this bird is after it's set in brine. That's gonna determine. I feel like it got plumper sitting in the juices. Okay. Here we go. Well, my scale's not working here. There we go. Darn it, my scale has low battery. So I'm just holding a raw chicken that's very cold. There we go. Gotta work quickly. Okay. So this one is 6 pounds, 15 ounces. 6 pounds, 15 ounces. So almost 7 pounds. So I'm just gonna go call it 7 pounds. And I'm going to transfer it right into this pan here. Oh, it said to butter that pan. I'm gonna butter that pan. First, I'm going to move this. That's why I always add cute music over my videos. Now I got to figure out what 7 times 15 is. 15, 7. 105 minutes. Okay. 90 minutes is an hour and a half. So maybe an hour and 45 minutes? Yeah? Sure. Okay. What I'm gonna do first is melt the butter and combine the olive oil and the white wine. So I'm gonna melt this butter in the microwave. I'm going to butter this. So if this wasn't going in the bird, I wouldn't use this cutting board for the chicken. But because it's all going to be going in the pot together, I think it'll be okay. Okay. Just a minute. I am going to spray this pan. Okay, next, I've sprayed that. Now I'm going to put the chicken back in. I keep touching raw chicken. Ah! I gotta wash my hands again. Alright, I'm not touching that chicken again until I get all my ingredients chopped up and put into the little bowl. I'm going to chop the parsley first. I'm super excited this came out of my garden. I can't even tell you how cool that is to me. Smells so good. And it said 2 tablespoons. This is a little more than 2 tablespoons. But because I put the raw chicken on here first, we gotta use it for this recipe and just go for it. So I think it'll be fine. Oh, right. So there's the parsley. I'm going to chop up the thyme a little bit. It's already pretty small. Just crush it a little to get that flavor out. And the sage. Pretty cool to have fresh ingredients. I really like the way sage smells. I wasn't sure because I had never grown sage before, but it's also really pretty and like velvety. I don't know. I really like sage. Okay, I'm just going to mix those 3 things up. Now I'm going to do what it said to do with the garlic. It said to roughly peel it. I'm just going to take the root part off that I had from it growing in my own garden. Roughly peel it, so I'm just gonna take that outer layer. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take the outer layer off right here. And then it said to chop it down the center. So that's what I'm gonna do. And mine looks completely different than the video. So, not sure what to do about that. Maybe I'll try a different garlic. No, I can't because I used... Why did I put the raw chicken on this? That was very dumb. I mean, that wasn't a good choice. Sorry if there's any kids listening and I just said a bad word. That's a bad word in my house. You know what? It'll be fine. It doesn't look like the video, but it'll be fine. Okay, so this will be going inside of it. Now I'm going to do the lemon. I'm going to chop it. Half of the lemon is going inside of it, so it's going to go in with this. Let's see, I'm going to do the small half. The other half is going to get squeezed into the butter oil mixture. I think that's enough garlic. That's a lot of garlic. I'm just going to chop up one of these cloves to add into the rub. But that's a lot of garlic right there. And we like garlic, but I don't know, not that much. Okay, so there's some to go with the herb mixture. Okay. Now, let's get the butter out and see what it's doing. It's liquidy. It's gonna spill if I show it to you. I'll just pour it in here and then you can see it. Okay. And then it says 3 tablespoons of olive oil. go. One, two, three. Next, it says half of the lemon in there. Which half was I using? This half. I'm pretty excited. These ingredients smell really good. Like I said, I'm not gonna go tasting it though. Kind of an odd idea. Okay. And 1/4 cup of cooking wine. I don't know. It'll probably be fine. It's funny. So I've talked about it before, but our family doesn't drink alcohol. I will cook with it, but I never know what to buy at the store. So I'm glad that they have it labeled white cooking wine, because I was in Sam's Club looking for cooking wine, and there was like, okay, there was like a million different kinds of wine. I didn't even know there was that many out there. So I know it's kind of silly and probably sounds weird because a lot of people drink alcohol, but we don't. And so it's like, what do we do? What do I cook with? I don't know. Okay. So now, I did watch the video on this part. And it started like this. The bird was flipped over like that. That is a big bird. And this mixture that we just mixed up got poured on this side. And then flipped over. I think this is the way it was on there. It says to tuck the wings. I don't know. If I can do this, you can do this. Right? It's everybody's motto. Okay. I feel like maybe it's supposed to be the other way, because she tied her legs. I'm not going to tie the legs. I don't have any of that. Not right now. I don't know what to do about these wings. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to leave it this direction. In the video, they had this cute little string and they tied it. And I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to, see a problem here. Okay guys, so I just got a little grossed out. There were some feathers that we missed, and that kind of grossed me out. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and put the herbs on. I think I'm just going to, the butter like hardened. I feel like it shouldn't go there. I feel like this should go inside. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Season all over. Okay, seasonings go all over. Oh shoot, I was supposed to preheat the oven. Hey Kaden!
Yep.
Can you preheat the oven to 430? Okay, it says seasonings go all over. So I'm gonna pat the seasonings all over.
430?
Yes, please.
That was good. What are we having for dinner?
Chicken. Okay, that's good, right? I think that's good. I'm gonna just pour the rest of the butter over it. Because the chicken is cold, the butter is like hardening on there. So that's kind of cool. Now, I'll baste it twice throughout the cooking process. There's some lemon seeds. I'm gonna grab those off. I don't want those cooking on there. Kind of have a bitter flavor.
I want to see the
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna put all of this garlic inside of it. And I'm going to squeeze this lemon and put it inside of it. And all the rest of the herbs that I've got. That's my plan. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Okay, and then I've got some rosemary. It says to use 3 sprigs. Darn it, I've got 5 in there and I've already touched it with chicken hands, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put 5. You know what, I'll put 3 because I don't want it to be like overwhelming. And then I'll just put the other 2 in the compost. That's a bummer. I should have got my ingredients out before I started. Okay, so I wouldn't be touching it with nasty chicken hands. Okay, so I'm just gonna put those in. And then while it's baking, I will baste it once in the middle and then at the very end baste over it one more time. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in as soon as that oven is preheated. I forgot that step. So let's just look over the steps. Number 1, preheat the oven to 430. Number 2, pat dry. I didn't do that. Seemed fine. Number 3, pour liquid ingredients over it. Number 4, season all over. I did that. I think it looks pretty good. Parsley's everywhere. Stuff and tie legs. I'm not doing that. I'm just leaving it laying like that. Okay. Place breast side up. See, I did it the other way. Does anyone know why? To place breast side up? I feel like I want to do it this way. Breast side up is the other direction. Like this. Maybe I should just follow the instructions. I don't want these lemon seeds in here. Smells really good. Okay, I'm just gonna follow the instructions. My hands are already gross, so I'm going for it. Okay, so let me get this. I don't know why you do it this way. You're supposed to tie the legs like this. It says tuck the wings and tie it. I felt like it was laying better the other way. Oh well. I'm going to follow the instructions because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I know you can also inject butter in this part. I do know that. Maybe I'll do that. I really like the way skin tastes, so. Chicken skin. Okay. Then step number 7 is roast. Baste halfway through. Okay, this chicken is 7 pounds, so I'm going to do it for an hour and 45 minutes. Following that scale that I told you. 15 minutes. I'll double check my math on that. I'm not the greatest at math. And yeah, okay. Maybe this is good. I'll stop this video now. And hope I can use some of it. So it says if you don't have butcher's twine, because these are just kind of flopping. My little thing fell. Anyway, if you don't have butcher's twine, you can use aluminum foil is what it says. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Because I don't want the legs flopping all over the place. I also am not a butcher, so I don't have butcher's twine. There we go. That's gonna work just fine. Maybe I'll do another one just to make sure it stays put. Ah, it's so funny. All right. Genius. I feel like Ramona. She loves her aluminum foil. Ryan is going to laugh so hard. Okay, it's not like Pinteresty or cute, but I think it'll hold. That's all that matters. Okay, no idea why you're supposed to lay it this way, but I will follow the directions. I can follow instructions. I feel like it needs more aluminum foil. I feel like it's going to come apart while it's cooking. And then it will all be for naught. For whatever reason you're supposed to do this. I don't know. Okay. That'll hold. Still waiting for the oven to preheat. This wing's not going to tuck. I don't know how you tuck under his wings. Maybe like that. This wing is behaving. It looks normal. There we go. Maybe a toothpick? Just, yeah, let's do that. Okay. I can't find a toothpick. It's just gonna have to be good. Okay. Totally forgot salt and pepper, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. It says just a tiny bit since it was brined, so not too much. There's my tiny bit. There was no pepper. Oh, there were peppercorns in the brine. I'll just put a little bit on. Should be fine. All right, just waiting for the, oh, it's at 4:15. It's getting close.
Hi.
I think the other thing I read, I'm gonna have to look at the recipe because I thought I'm supposed to
Santa.
take the temperature down to 350. I'm gonna read that real fast. Okay, yes. You preheat the oven to 430 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure Celsius on that. It does have it in the recipe. And then once you put the bird in the oven, then you turn it down to 350 degrees. Not sure why you preheat it so high. Maybe to make sure that the oven is super hot when you put it in. Maybe it helps crisp it up. I don't know. But now it is time to put it in.
Putting it at the
At the stove.
That's what I was doing.
Okay. Right here. Okay, we're putting our chicken in. Here's how it looks.
Can I video the whole thing?
Sure. Now I'm turning the time down to 350. And I forgot to check. I am pretty sure I'm going to do it for an hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to double check on that though. Good job. Yes, it's an hour and 15 minutes for cook time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to baste it every 45 minutes. That is my plan. I'm also going to make some potatoes and carrots to go with, unfortunately not the carrots from my garden. The rest of the carrots that we have to harvest need a few more weeks. So I do have some store-bought carrots and store-bought potatoes. So that's what I'm going to make to go with this meal for sides. just do something really fancy for fun because it's our very first chicken and I can't wait to taste it. And I hope it tastes good so that I can report back to you. But if it doesn't, I'm still gonna report back to you, so there. Emmett found the stash and he loves the nectarine. Good? So yummy. It is so muddy in my laundry room. Just don't even look in there. With all the rain we've been getting, it's just muddy mess. It's so yummy. Just look at that cute face. My timer just went off, so let's look at how this chicken is doing. It has been 45 minutes since I put it in. Ooh, it's starting to get a little brown, so I'm gonna baste it. I just realized I need a hot pad. So I don't want to touch that hotness. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out a little, just a little, because it's a very heavy chicken, as you can see. I've got a baster here. I'm just going to suck it up and just, this is basting. You just baste it over the bird to keep the juice. Oh, sorry, I don't even know if I was videoing the right spot. To keep the bird juicy. I saw this on Food Network. Alright, that's basting. I put some... My wing is just gonna look silly. It didn't do what it was supposed to. This one tucked good. This one didn't. It's starting to brown up a little, so that's pretty cool. I will do this again in another 45 minutes, and then after that it will have 15 more minutes. So I'm gonna put this baster in this jar I just set up right there for it. I have carrots, potatoes, and onions. The onions are from my garden, but the potatoes and carrots are from the store. Didn't add garlic to those. Anyway, Emmett must have been too hungry to wait. Oh, you are so cute. So cute. Stealing a nectarine. My second timer just went off, so we're gonna open this and see how it's looking. Oh, I need to get my thingy, hot pad. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out a little. It's getting brown and nice and crispy. So at this point, I believe it has 15 minutes left. I will use a meat thermometer to double check the meat as well. I'm gonna baste it again. At this point, who let Emmett in here? Gotta save our baby from the hot chicken. Okay. They were supposed to be watching him while I did this. It's sucking up all that parsley and kind of hard. Okay. That looks so yummy though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited. Okay. So now, at this point, I believe it will have 15 more minutes. I'll check it with the meat thermometer. And I kind of want to peek at these roasted vegetables as well while I'm in here. Oh, it's hot.
Where is it?
Oh, those are roasting really nicely. I'll just leave that on loosely. It'll be good. Somebody came and grabbed them like a hero. Okay, there we go. We're going to check the temperature of our chicken. It's so big. Like my ghetto solution. Okay. Each thermometer.
You don't have the little chef hats for the feet?
It said the breast. Which part's the breast?
It's your breast. You probably want to angle it down in the middle.
Yeah.
That's good.
So 165. Steaming up. I feel like it's at 150. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, so it's at 150. So I'm glad about that because that means it's not getting overcooked. It had 8 minutes to go on my timer, so I'll put it back in. It probably is going to need more than 8 minutes though.
Yeah.
What do you think? 20 minutes, you think? Check
I'll
it
go
out,
with 10, yeah. Sounds like we got a jungle in there.
We do. Check it again.
And here we have the finest ancient scroll in all of Minnetonka. This way.
There we go. Let's see if I can put it in. I hit like, put it in a little deeper. Well, we're at 160. I would really like it to get to 165, so I'm gonna put it in for like 7 more minutes, I think.
In a minute. Want a bite?
There we go. It's good. There we go. It's actually 170. All right. Our chicken is safe to eat. Looks amazing. Ooh, it stuck them together, so now they're like... juicy. Does it look juicy? Ooh, I can see the juicy.
Hope if we had a sharp knife though.
Oh, we should have used that one that you were...
Drumstick? Juicy drumstick.
Ready, make sure you can see the camera.
I can because of Hayden.
Sit back,
I
Kaden.
can see you just fine. Perfect. All right, everybody, trying our chicken for the first time.
3, 2, 1.
Wait. Just grab it. Can't see you running. Lean in.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, he tried it. Mmm.
Yummy.
That's good.
Emma hasn't tried it.
Oh yeah, Emmett, give it a try.
We can have this.
How much one?
You can have the fruity. Do you have something? I love the carrots.
like the carrots?
I like chocolate.
Okay, let's stop the video immediately. Did you decide you like it, buddy?
Gonna try chicken side.